Hello and welcome to episode 24 of the Cutie Art Crusaders for December 7th, 2012. I am back, and I'm your host, Rainbow Plasma, and today I'm joined by...
Burned01, and I'm the special guest coordinator.
I'm FlutterGuy317, and I'm the art coordinator.
I'm Pinkadish, and I sometimes do questions.
Also the overlord of all things.
Over the... that.
Nice try, though. Nice try, though.
All things except words.
I got told to enunciate, so I can't. Words fail. Okay, anyway, who's our special guest?
So, I'd like to point out that in that intro, somebody wrote down the date incorrectly, because it is, in fact, December the 11th, not December the 7th. So,
Oops, that is probably me.
Yeah, it's December 11th when this is airing, so that's the date for that. To be honest, not that much happened this week that we can talk about. I don't know about you guys, but I think we should just get straight into our guest, because we have a special guest this week.
We do. We have a very special guest this week. So I guess we'll go into that.
It's me. I'll spoiler it's me.
Yep. So this week on the podcast, we have another very special guest. We have another favorite artist of mine, which is awesome. And she's well known for basically her really awesome style and her awesome dramatic poses, as well as her very unique outlines and styles. And this week on the show, we have Blitzpony. Go ahead and say hi.
Hiya. I can't know what else to say.
Well, please excuse Burns gushing. It's become a tradition now, apparently.
Yeah.
It's somewhat of a pattern.
I'd like to start this podcast off because Burn refused to take my challenge. But basically, let me explain something to you. When we first started this podcast, it was about I believe it was episode 5 that was fire, correct? We discussed this last week, right, guys?
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so episode 5 was fire. And I believe the very first piece that Burned wanted to have on the show was your piece called Fireflies.
Oh no.
And so at the time, I didn't think it was fiery enough for the thing, so we picked some other pieces, and then something else came up, like we had a theme about water, and Burns said we have to have this one on there. And I swear to God, every single week for the next 2 or 3 months, he would bring up this piece over and over and over again until it's become kind of like an inside joke. And it culminated last week.
Yes.
When we had Burns' girlfriend also on.
Video gaming?
Oh, Gamer Luna?
Yeah, I really, it's like, but I really like this one. I could stare at this one forever. And it's the Fireflies with Princess Luna. I think it's adorable.
No, you did not just pick that one. No. God
What?
damn it.
What?
God damn it. You guys really are really good together, because that's the one that Burned wouldn't shut the hell up about for so many weeks. He tried to get it on the podcast for 6 weeks straight. And there was a question that asked all of us, if you could only look at one piece of art for the rest of your life, what would it be? And we all picked one, and Burned picked one, and it wasn't Fireflies.
It was
And then
Parklife.
his girlfriend, not prompted at all, picks out this piece. I have to believe
Wait, did that actually
Burned,
happen?
you prompted that.
I didn't! It had
There's
nothing to do
no
with that.
way.
Like, the
So-
only influence I had is it's my wallpaper for one of my monitors on my PC, and it's my wallpaper for my laptop. So she saw it there when she uses my computers, but other than that, no.
So it's kind of a nice introduction for everyone who watches the show. Blitzpony is the pony that Burned won't shut the heck up about.
Welcome to the show.
Yes, welcome to the show.
Thank you.
Well, we've asked this for everyone who comes on the show, and it's just kind of a general question, and it's also explicitly out there to make you feel as uncomfortable as possible. But basically, the first question that we always ask people is, let's say nobody's ever heard of you. Who are you, and what do you do?
And can you tell us a little bit about yourself?
Oh dear.
Or your art?
I don't know. There's not really a lot to say other than I don't know. I'm just a kid that goes to school and all that normal stuff. I don't know. I'm not really anyone. I don't know.
Well, you're Blitzpony, so you can start there,
Yeah.
right?
I suppose. I don't know. I don't know. I'm just. I don't know. I go to art college because I want to try and get into animation, possibly.
So are you going to art college
cool.
right now, or are you planning on going?
I'm taking a gap year. I've finished secondary school in sixth form, and I'm taking a gap year to just study art and do an art foundation course, and hopefully learn to draw a bit more, get some portfolio pieces done, draw some naked men, and hopefully the universities will accept me.
Very nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's always the fun part. That's how you tell you that you're going places in art, when you get to draw naked people.
Oh yeah.
That's for professionals.
Yeah.
Professional artists.
That's
Yeah, that was quite the honor in drawing one.
Blitzpony, everybody.
Never drawn a naked woman yet.
So that's actually interesting that you talked about that, because I haven't actually heard a whole lot of people, but I actually took that extra year up here in Canada land. We call it, oh my god, I can't remember what we call it, but we basically call it just like a fifth year. It's like oh god, victory lap. That's what it's called.
Oh wow, cool.
It's a victory lap. So I actually took a victory lap, and then now I'm in university. So
Oh, nice.
It's interesting to hear that, because I don't actually hear a lot of people doing that. But is it more common? Because you come from where exactly?
Shropshire in the UK.
Right. So is it more common over in the UK?
Yeah, it is. A lot of my friends a lot of them have gone straight to university, but a lot of people who want to do art-based things do take a gap year, because the universities actually recommend that you do take a gap year if you want to go on to the more advanced stuff. And especially since I didn't take art at A level because I didn't want to draw naked people. And
How do the times change you?
Oh, I know. But yeah, it is. It's relatively common. Well, I don't know what people do with it, but yeah.
So, I guess I can start. Well, no, Bern, you should start.
Oh, I
Yeah.
have so many questions though. Well, all right. Well, I have kind of a generic, broad, open-ended question. When fans and myself and everyone looks through your gallery or your Facebook or wherever you manage to post art, one of the most unique things that always comes up and always catches people's attention is basically your style. Which is those really bright, vivid outlines on the outside of everything, and it always makes everything feel so exciting and vivid. So I was gonna ask, why or what is it that makes you choose such a unique style? Do you just enjoy it? Is it just something that, I'm not sure how to exactly word that question, but can you tell us a little bit more about your style?
Well, there's bright outlines. Honestly, I don't know why I put them in. I don't know, one day I just started they started out as white, and then eventually they just changed colour, and then they started fading a bit, and then they started, mixing them. I don't know, I don't know what they are. I don't know why they're there.
Is it just experimentation? Is it just something fun?
It's just a bad habit, honestly, I've got into. I don't know, I try and stop on some things, but I don't know, I just did it so much and so often that...
Well, when we take a look through your gallery, some of your older posts on DeviantArt, those lines are the main focus of the piece, especially on you have a Rainbow Dash piece. Let's see if I can bring it up. But the outlines are the main focus, and you can tell that they're there and they're really vivid. Even on the Fireflies piece and your Ezio piece, and all of the ones basically on the second page of DeviantArt, and then as it starts to move through, they get a little bit less vivid. And then sometimes they pop up and they're super vivid, but then on your Facebook recently, you haven't been using as much outlines. They've been kind of receding and really faded back. So some of your more recent pieces, like a vinyl scratch piece, it's almost you can barely tell they're there. They're more used as to show light highlights and stuff like that.
Yeah, I don't know, it's because, I don't know, they have very kind of mixed, people have very mixed opinions about them. Some people like them. Some people just think I'm very confused about lighting, which I am. I don't understand lighting. I need to work on. I don't get it. It's oh, the sun's here, but wait, where's the shadow going? But I don't know, it's just... I had a friend who was like, why is their mane glowing? I don't understand. So... I've tried to wean out of it a bit, I think. But I don't know, if people like it, I can shove some more in. I don't know.
Well, I think it's just something different, and a lot of the times, especially with art of kind of the similar show, it can kind of get a little bit samey. And I think the example that Byrne brought up, which was called Zoom, and it's
Zoom.
of Rainbow Dash upside down, and it's a perfect example of just like it's not even like a glowy outline. It's just these colors moving so fast, and the outline's always changing. It goes from purple to blue to orange and back again, and it really makes this kind of oh yeah, I just noticed that. But it just kind of creates this. It's so different, and it really helps make it stand out from everything else that's out there.
Yeah, I'm gonna bring up the fireflies piece again, because it really makes Luna pop out from the background, and like whenever you use those kind of outlines, it really makes the character pop.
Burn.
Kind of separates
Be
them out.
quiet. Let Thunder talk.
Go on. But
No, that was basically it.
No, yeah, it's.
Well, no, is that is that something that you've like been developing, or do you just like kind of put them in randomly or whenever you feel like it, or?
I've tried recently to put them in more kind of where I think the light's hitting, because before it was like, oh, I'm gonna outline this really bright and it's gonna be really cool, yeah. But...
Pretty much.
I don't really think about
your Ezio piece, it really makes it glow, and I think it's cool. Adds a little bit of excitement, dramaticness. Like, I've grown to love the outline style. I actually got into an argument with someone because they didn't like it in some pieces and thought it was like made it too energetic. Like, you have a piece called "You're My Snugglebug," and it.
Oh, that just sounds adorable.
Yeah.
That just sounds adorable. I don't even know what that is,
it.
but that just sounds adorable.
Yeah.
Oh no, not
and
that.
you guys are like sleeping together, but you're covered in these really bright, vivid yellow outlines, and it makes the piece artistically look so exciting and energetic that it's almost like you guys are electrified. But other than that, just the pose, like the pose is adorable, and it's strictly about the outlines.
Yeah. Well, that's really interesting. Like, I don't know. I drew that. Literally, that took 5 minutes, and I did not think anything of it. In fact, I forgot that exists. I don't know why I put it on my gallery.
You're not allowed to do art anymore, because if that takes you 5 minutes, then you were too good, and you're putting everyone else to shame. It's not fair.
I don't know. Well, like,
Okay.
I don't know. It's just a sketch, and I put orange on it.
Well, you know, sometimes that's great though, because that's just where inspiration strikes, and it's just kind of random, and that's part of what makes a style so unique. It's not necessarily all planned out. It's just I drew some stuff and it looked better with these outlines.
Yeah, I suppose so. Yeah.
And it's so much different, and I love the fact that it really stands out there.
Yeah, definitely. Like, you have a lot of artists that are in love with your style and like this use of outlines, and then you have people over analyzing it. Like, what do these outlines do to the piece? When it seems like you're just doing it because you enjoy it, you know?
Yeah.
Wait, you mean like us?
Yeah, like us.
Yeah. That's why we're here. That's why we have
Overanalyze.
Yeah, no, I don't usually think about it that much. I don't know. I mean, that Snugglebug piece, I really did not put a lot of thought into that at all. It was just like, oh yeah, here's a thing, and we're cuddling. I don't think I've even shown my boyfriend that. I can't even remember. I don't know. What? But yeah.
Is that
who we're here for.
The lovely Colt in the picture is?
Yeah, he's my boyfriend.
The lovely Colt in the picture.
He seems to have a really recurring appearance in a lot of your
He
pieces.
does. I draw him probably more than I draw Blitzy, so. Yeah.
We have another one of you two that's really adorable called Sleeping In.
Oh goodness, what's that? Oh. I think I remember.
And see, when it came down to analyzing your different pictures, this one ended up being a lot more fitting of the mood with all the outlines, because the yellow tends to show the direction of the light, and blues tend to show the direction of shadows. And then it has a really warm feeling too. Like the sky isn't like blue; it's actually kind of like a green. So and everything, it's very snuggly.
Yeah, no, I like that one. That was cool. It's fun.
Yeah, see, once again, I'm going to go back to my statement before about not being allowed to make art anymore because this is far too adorable. And once again, you're setting the bar far too high for everyone else, and I don't think it's fair, personally.
There's no level playing grounds in art.
There should be!
But another reason why
So let me just bring up a point because we're going to talk about it throughout this entire thing. But you've got yourself a DeviantArt page.
Yes.
And you've also got profiles over Facebook, which is where you initially post most of your things.
Yeah.
And you've also have a bunch of stuff on things like Derpy Burrow and a bunch of other sites.
Apparently.
Why don't you use DeviantArt more?
Because
Use it. It's a great resource. Everyone's there. We all want to favorite your stuff.
Oh, I'm gonna update it now. Sorry. I have to do this. It's because I'm just so forgetful and I can't multitask and I can't concentrate on more than one website at once. So like I'll go on my Facebook every single day pretty much. I'll just go on Facebook and be like, hi guys, yeah, I didn't draw anything today, oh well.
I doodled this pony with socks.
Yeah, basically. That turned into a bit of a series. Oops. What's my
Those are adorable, by the way.
Adorable.
Oh, thank you.
Well, I've got to demand that you start putting stuff on DeviantArt because it's I don't know. It's such a shame whenever I see a piece of art, not just by you, but there's some other artists. For example, we brought him up last week. The artist Rainbow. And it's one of the most fantastic artists out there, but none of his stuff is on DeviantArt. Or at least not that we can find. And it's a shame because I feel like this is kind of a great congregate site for a lot of artists to go and show off their work. And I would love to go through and favorite it and show it off. And I think it would do really well on DeviantArt.
Yeah, but see, Rainbow Plasma, you would just go through her gallery and favorite everything.
Oh no, that's what I
mean.
While I'm talking,
with that.
I'm favoriting. Like people can go back through my history, and they'll see a bunch of favorites from Blitzpony, and they'll be like, "What? What?" But that's what I'm doing right now.
Oh goodness. Why?
But yeah, I definitely understand where you're coming from. You know, if you post to one site, it's hard to remember to go to the next one unless you have some sort of weird routine down. So if your main source is Facebook, then obviously that's going to be so much easier.
Yep. I don't know.
So actually, Rainbow Plasma mentioned your sketches with the socks. They're so they're adorable.
Thank you.
I haven't seen.
How long does it usually take to draw a sketch with a sock pony?
It varies quite a lot. I mean, it depends how nice it's been to me. Like, I mean, sometimes I can sketch a pony and I don't know, sometimes it can take 2 minutes, sometimes it can take 30 minutes. Like, if I just can't get it right. I mean, Spitfire, I just couldn't get her right and she just looks stupid and just... She took like...
They're adorable.
She took like 50 minutes because I couldn't do her. I don't know.
It's alright, it takes me a couple hours, and I still don't look like ponies.
Yeah, sometimes you just can't get that stroke down.
Yeah.
Which Spitfire are you talking about in particular? I think I might have one in mind.
It
looks like there's one with just a few outlines, and then there's one that looks like it has a lot more sketching on it.
It's...
that one, yeah.
Oh wait, that's because there's two. Oh yeah, one of them's supposed to be Fleetfoot, but I find it really hard to differentiate between them in just sketches because obviously their manes are like similar shapes. So
yeah,
yeah. No, the one where she's lying down and pulling a stupid face.
Oh.
The Fleetfoot one, I don't know. I quite like that pose actually. I don't know. It's just, I don't know.
Well, I'm sure you've got many other people who also like that. For sure.
I don't know. I don't know.
That's fact. It's not a question. It's absolutely a fact.
What did I upload? I can't even remember what I drew. I'll upload vinyl. I'll upload the first vinyl.
Well, maybe this is the motivation you need to start getting into a routine with using it.
Yeah. Oh wait.
Or
maybe not at all.
I don't know what to upload. I'll upload Fleetfoot. There we go. Anyway, sorry.
All right.
I love your noises.
I'm sorry.
You make the same kind of. I'm not sure if it's some sort of. I don't want to say British because I guess Canada as much as a Commonwealth as Australia. But there's something about that. Both you and Pinky Dash make kind of the same noises. It must be some sort of cultural thing.
Maybe.
Just like how I don't say oot.
They both spell color funny.
You totally say oot. In fact, you just said it.
No,
You say
they spell
you say
color
boot.
correctly, Burned.
That's right. You totally do.
The way,
And you guys say
the English
say Zed.
who made the language, they do spell the words correctly. Funny how that works.
You is unnecessary.
Yes, you is unnecessary. Now get out.
Ouch.
Oh.
So, Byrne, do you want to talk a little bit about the piece that you talked about last week, and I guess what you're doing painting?
Yeah, I'd love
wise?
to. Get into painting in a minute, but I do have kind of a more artistic question to see if we can kind of derail from ponies and socks. But you have a piece that, talking about overanalyzation, I've overanalyzed it way too much, and I've fallen in love with it, and I've fallen in love with a specific part of it, which is this bird in the top left of it. I love that bird. But anyway, I love everything about this piece, and I'll link it here for you.
I already got it.
Oh, you link? Well, now it's linked twice. But I love the view. Because first off, you're like in the tree with the bird, and you're looking at a bird that's slightly in front of your vision, and then at the pony down below feeding the birds. And then I love the overall color of it. It's in like color opposites. It's in complements. It's in blue and orange, and like you use vivid yellows as a highlights, and then you have like some crimson red thrown in there on like a leaf. But just the overall sheer contrast between like the blue and the orange in the piece, I think is fantastic. And I love how it goes from warm to cool, and it's like bright in the top left and then more shadowy in the bottom right. And I fell in love with it so much that I decided to do a study of it for my Painting 1 class. But when you were making this, did you have any of this like compositional stuff in mind when you were making it? And did you were like, I'm gonna pick blue and orange because these are opposites on the color wheel, or was it again just something that you were sketching for fun for a friend?
Well, my friend requested it. My friend was like, "Oh, I want the vet pony with under a tree with autumn leaves." I was like, "Okay." Well, yeah, I guess I don't know. It just kind of came naturally. I guess it's just a tree. I suppose I picked like the more autumny colors because vet pony's got blue and stuff, like you say, and it's complementary. But
yeah, even if you don't, the important thing is not that you've consciously done something, but it obviously shows that there is kind of that. You talked about the fact that you know nothing about lighting, but I've noticed a lot of your pieces have like just naturally correct lighting, or it may not be perfect from a classroom standard, but it's got proper lighting, and this is a great picture of this where you've got the sun coming in from top left, and the shadows are matching that generally, and it doesn't need to be something spectacular or perfect. But it's kind of that same natural thing that I think it's innate in a lot of people, but I think you have a real talent for it, where you've taken those oranges and those blues and just put them together, and it's something that not a lot of people think about. But like you said, you see the blue and you go, okay, let's add autumn colors in there, and let's smush them together, and it comes out really, really well.
When you
thank you.
Oh, go ahead.
Sorry, I just said thanks.
I was saying, when you take an orange and a blue and you mix them together, it creates a neutral color, and if you mix them perfectly, it actually creates a gray. So, like, mixing in the oranges, like, on the tree and behind the character, and the oranges in, like, the ground around the pony along with the blue, creates, like, a very neutral ground. Whereas when more blue comes through in, like, the bottom right, or more orange comes through and yellow comes through in the top left, it's what creates that kind of opposite in the overall piece.
Yeah. Cool. I didn't know that.
Cool. I actually just learned that a little while ago.
Cool.
It's not always the most common of knowledge, but again, like, just the natural tendency towards it, I think really shows up, tying back to your colored outlines, because the choice to make not only just orange colored outlines, which you can see kind of around the piece, but also the blue ones, especially in the bird itself.
That bird,
to make it stand out.
I love the blue outlines here in the bird. Sort of gives. I love the really bright outlines. It sort of gives sort of a, I don't know, like a sketchy sort of neon feel. I love it.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah.
It almost creates kind of like a glow.
And what do you say?
Yeah.
Yeah.
A little bit of depth. I
No.
guess.
Also,
Well,
like
see-
the leaves in the branches too. That bright outline kind of highlights them, gives it that pop kind of feel.
I wouldn't be a good critic if I didn't take in like the opposing view, because this was an argument I got in on Reddit, was that this one critic in particular felt that the blue lines really like flattened the bird and made it not pop out and look like just like a sketch over the top of it, and made the bird underneath feel really flat. And like, regardless of what it does realistically, I feel that it's visually interesting and pleasing, at least in my own opinion. And that was one of the things that I felt that he lacked to express, was his feeling of opinion. But
I think you're visually appealing.
oh well, thank you. But
Oh my!
regardless from truth of what it does to art, I personally feel it looks really well, and a lot of people do as well.
Oh, thank you.
Mhm.
Yeah, I was gonna say I do get like, the flattened kind of remark quite a lot, and I do understand like why, but I don't know. I just think sometimes at the end of the day, I'm not really trying to make something technically correct. It's just as long as it looks pretty.
That's something that I've always struggled with, because people talk about art classes and they talk about rules within art and all of these different things, but all of the best art hasn't followed those rules exactly. And I can understand why people are taught those rules, but I've always felt like art is way too creative and way too expansive to try and tie down into rules.
Yeah.
See, that's a great point, because one of the points that was brought up against me was that, let's see if I can read it here. It was that he specifically bolded a statement that said, give me just a moment, I want to bring it up because I don't want to mess it up. But he bolded an expression that says, style must always continue with the goal, or mess it up already. Style must always conform with the goal of the composition. So the style always must match what you want the goal of the composition to be. And I found that a very untrue and false statement, because if you're saying that and bolding that, I mean, you've never seen work like Picasso. You've never seen anyone who is like ugly art, and that's the intent, or that's what most people feel, where that's the complete point of the art, is to have the opposite overall style of what is intended, or just doesn't have composition as a purpose.
Yeah,
So,
I don't get the whole.
Yeah,
I don't get that
that.
absolute. I don't get that
yeah,
must.
and see, and I personally feel there is no absolute in art. Like, sure, there's a lot of things that look inherently good, inherently bad, but it's we who define what looks good or what looks bad. So in art, there's no concrete goal. There's just global opinion, really.
Yeah, absolutely not. There's absolutely not
art's-
any absolutes. How about that?
Art's like a very fluid kind of thing, and I feel like if you do something, someone's going to like it. It might be different from what's natural or what you normally would see, but someone's gonna like it.
Like, what really comes down to the most important point is that you like it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, like,
I agree.
I love your art. So, and I assume that you love the art you create, even though it seems like the pieces we brought up, people are like, oh, that thing, but they're beautiful, and that's what I think.
Oh, I'm glad you think so.
Do you have a
Okay.
piece that you particularly like? That's your favorite piece, or you think that that's the best example of what you can do? Do you have anyone in particular?
Oh.
And take your time, because we can edit this out.
Okay, let's have a look. I don't know. I was gonna say that Rainbow Dash on the building was really fun, but it's so technically gross. It's
Which one? The Rainbow Dash running? Like the Matrix style on the side of the building?
yeah. It's so
Well, see,
like
again, that's
Yeah,
fantastic.
that's
Something else that I haven't really commented you on, I just
Yeah.
mentioned, is that your dynamic, like, poses are fantastic. Some people just dream that they had half the ability you have for being able to pick a dynamic and unique and self-created pose like that, of just Rainbow Dash running. Or, like, the piece we had brought up, what was it? Zoom, with Rainbow Dash. Like, critics were taking that and like analyzing the movement of it and showing the movement lines and like how the character is posed and like bending backwards and how her hair expresses movements and like the blur on her wings. and there was like so much about it. So to take something like Rainbow Dash running on the side of the building that looks like something straight out of the Matrix, like that's fantastic. Even the shadow is at like the right angle, and like,
I do love.
don't know.
I love how the shot's composed, how it's rotated slightly and stuff.
Oh, yeah.
and it
I
still
find the
maintains
shadow
that
very
kind of unique
bad.
style of outlines. Sorry, I'm
I
talking
don't know,
about.
that shadow needs moving somewhere, but I don't quite know where because my boyfriend, he's an artist as well, but he's more technically minded, and he's very, very good at spotting the technical flaws and things. And
The only thing I noticed is like it looks a little small, but other than that, it looks.
Bird, shut up!
Sorry.
Continue.
No, it's the lighting in this. I mean, as I was doing it, it did get very, very confused, and I was like, I don't know what I'm doing. But like, I don't know. It's just, I mean, oh my god, the perspective on the buildings—they just look like they've been stuck in the ground at all angles. Seriously, what the fuck? They do, and it's like, ah. But I don't know. I like the colors, I suppose.
No, the colors are really nice. That's again something else you do really well. Is like you always blend in colors and colors and more colors. There's so many colors in your work. Like that building, I see blue, green, orange, violet, red, and pink, and over in the top, and along
If
with
I may, rainbow.
yeah, like even the sky has like almost every hue in it, and that's fantastic because you don't overdo it, and the I don't even know. It's always done really well, regardless.
I can
Thank
see where
you.
she's coming from, though. I understand. I understand what she's talking about. That shadow is technically on the incorrect side.
Yeah,
Like,
it is.
If the light source is coming from the left, then it should be on the right side.
Yeah.
So I can understand where you're coming from there. But there's some technical things that we were trying to get to people who are just starting out as artists that are not always the most necessary. I understand where you're coming from with the buildings. They do kind of look like they're stuck in at every angle because it doesn't kind of uniformly match.
Nope.
But you also do a good job of not necessarily giving them super detail because you naturally realize the subject of the piece is right in front of our eyes. Therefore, the background doesn't have to be a masterpiece because we have the focus right there.
I hate backgrounds. I'm so lazy. Seriously.
Well,
I've noticed that a lot of your
So do
works are on blank or just randomly colorful backgrounds.
Yeah.
Or just a scribble. I like the scribble ones.
and is that like a choice to just like I just don't want to make the background because it's too much work, or?
Well, sometimes I have a background in mind, but it's just I'm lazy. I'm just so lazy. Seriously, I'm just.
No, I don't know how you feel. One of the other more points of overanalyzation is that, and when you make pieces that actually do have a background, it's always really well done. I keep using that word too much, but like for instance, this piece, just having that simple city, regardless of like the perspective and how the buildings look and they're randomly placed and wherever, it like that's not the focus. That's not what we're looking at. You know, it can just be random scribbles. It's the Rainbow Dash. It's the colors in like Rainbow Dash and around Rainbow Dash. But another example of that is your Chaos Lives in Everything piece with Discord. The background is amazing in that piece because Discord himself is like spiraling and has this crazy look in his face, and the clouds in the background are also continuing with that overall theme and feel of like chaos and spiraling with him. So even that simple gesture of having the spiraling clouds like works really well with the overall composition of just that simple character. And like it seems simple and trivial to some people, and like some people may not even notice that those clouds are like spiraling down with him, but overall it can add so much to a piece.
Yay! Thank you. Yeah, those clouds were fun. I don't know. I wanted the rain to be brown because chocolate, but then the sky turned brown for some reason. I don't know why actually. It just did. And yeah, the rain had to be white. Oh, but carry on.
Is the rain going up?
Yeah, it was supposed to be going upwards.
I can see that the rain's going up.
That's great.
Yeah.
That's pretty
a
awesome.
great little touch. I don't think I didn't notice that.
No, I
but
didn't
that's
either.
great.
Yeah.
Ha! I beat you at art.
It's okay. It's okay. I'll always beat you to talking whenever I see it.
I guess basically another point.
Okay,
I was
no,
trying to
no,
make-
I'm actually to bring up one that I like.
All right, no, go on. Go. By all
I'm
means.
gonna bring up one that I like. I like the Smile in the Rain one with Derpy. I'm gonna link it now because you didn't say anything about it.
Okay, there's so many links that I have to do this episode. My goodness.
I really, really like this one. Even just the little quick little sketches in the background of Derpy, but the fact that it's just so simple and there's not that many of those bright highlights. It's just in the water and a bit in her mane. But overall, it looks great. She looks so cute.
See, that's another one that's like, I drew that in maths, I think. I was in my maths lesson, and I was bored as hell, and I drew it, and then I just decided to colour it in, because I think someone saw it and liked it. I was like, colour it in!
She's adorable.
So I did,
Adorable.
and then, yeah, for some reason, people really like it, and I don't know why, because I think it looks absolutely freaking awful. Look at her legs! It's just, what the hell?
Aww.
Why do people like
They're
this?
marshmallowy.
I'm more focused on Pony's faces. So.
That is true. That is true. I've mentioned this before, but my eyes always gravitate to the faces. But it's almost like you've made her legs derpy as well.
Yeah. No, that was laziness.
I totally intended to do that.
Oh yeah. Of course.
I really like this piece because you have Derpy in the center and she's like all colored in, but then around the piece there's sketches of other ponies.
It's all Derpy. It's all Derpy.
Yeah, it's all Derpy. Yep.
Yay! Yeah. Oh.
Well,
I suddenly remembered what was on that page. I don't have that page anymore, but it was basically lots of Derpy Doctor Who stuff.
Oh no, you're not one of those people, are you?
Yeah, I
Not-
don't know.
not big
I
fan.
saw a blog that shipped them, and I was like, that's so cute. Yeah, basically.
We're gonna move away from this quickly because I'm gonna alienate a bunch of people.
So anyway, you happen to be a fan of Doctor Who as well?
I used to
No,
be.
That's
Moving
what
away
we're
from
trying
this.
to get away
I-
from.
Sorry, what was that?
No, we're moving. Burned.
I didn't
I
I'm
know.
used
making
to
a
be.
request
Not anymore.
I'm making a request that we move away from this. Okay, request confirmed by me. So let's talk a little bit about just art in general. You said that you're heading off next year to do animation,
Hopefully.
and I was just wondering what kind of other formal training you had in art. Did you start from a very young age? Did you pick it up recently? That kind of thing.
I don't really know. I guess it's something I've just always done. I mean, I always used to draw. It was always cats before ponies. It was cats, sometimes dogs. When I was little, I always used to draw. Sometimes dogs. I always used to draw cats like on just bits of paper, and they looked, as you do, like Spouse-tarded.
All the kitties.
It's the secret to becoming the best artist ever.
Cats.
But then I guess I don't know. I got a tablet 7 years ago, so that's when I first started digital arting, if you can call it that. But I didn't really think about, getting into art as a thing until a couple of years ago, I suppose. But I've always drawn because it's just something I've liked. So yeah.
So was there anything in particular that kind of got you to suddenly consider taking art up as a career choice?
It was mainly because I just don't know what to do. I don't know. It's like, basically one day they sat us down in school and was like, right, you have to pick a university and you have to pick a course right now and apply. And I thought, okay. And I did want to be a vet all my life, actually. And then I did work experience and it was horrible and no, I don't want to be a vet. And so I thought, well, if I draw these stupid things all the time and I like cartoons and all that stuff, it's pretty much the thing that makes me happy, I might as well pursue a career in that if it's where the passion lies. So.
Yeah, that's a
Very
great
cool.
idea. I've always been a huge advocate of picking a career based on what you're passionate about.
Yeah.
Because that's what motivates me. Passion definitely motivates me.
Yeah.
So is that why you're a hairdresser?
Is that why I'm not a hairdresser? Stop making up random backstories for me. But anyways, I have a lot of respect for those who can kind of go out and do what they're passionate about,
or those who find passion in what they're doing.
Yeah, I mean, sometimes, like, you can try something and you'll be pleasantly surprised, but I don't know. I wasn't surprised with McDonald's.
For sure. For sure.
Florist. You're a florist.
I'm not a florist. This is no. Stop.
Honestly.
Stop trying to put me. Okay, just because I eat chocolate chip cookie dough ice cream does not mean you can start pegging me with jobs that will make me seem less masculine.
It's okay. Like embroidery is non-masculine.
Embroidery. What?
Right, there's a lot of male hairdressers. I don't know what you're talking about.
Oh no, that's perfectly fine. I'm just saying you're doing it for the purpose. How did you dig me into a hole? How?
I think you did that to yourself.
No.
Air hostess.
It's your choice in ice cream.
That'd actually be really fun at Hostess.
What is your favorite ice cream, Blitzpony?
Rum and raisin, I guess.
Yes!
Ah,
me.
that's
Oh, no way!
You must live in Australia. That's weird.
No.
Are
would love
like
to live
the
in
UK and Australia just like the same thing? I'm confused.
Wow, okay.
Seriously.
Burn digging the holes now. He's competing with me. We're digging in China here, folks. Is the UK and Australia the same
They both
thing?
talk funny.
Wow. That's like saying,
Australians
is
way
Canada and
above
the
us.
US the same thing?
Hey, Canada's America's hat. Don't forget that.
I will destroy you.
Isn't Canada like the 51st state or something?
I will destroy you.
America is Canada's pants or shoes.
It's kind of like the belt of Canada and Mexico, but moving along.
Yeah, well, you'll get the belt if you don't move along.
But anyway, so since we're kind of like a little off topic, there's something that I wanted to show off. That
Oh,
link
is that your
something,
painting?
Yeah, I've been working on.
Yeah.
Right. So Bernd, you talked a little bit about that piece before,
Yeah, Park Life.
and that you were doing it for your art study, right?
Mhm. Yeah, I fell in love
So here it
with
is.
your little piece that you did called Park Life, and just like the overall colors and stuff in it, and composition and the bird. So for a painting study for my final in painting, I am doing a 3-foot by 3-foot, way too big, painting like study of your work basically, and that's what I have so
Cool.
far. That's about 2 days of work.
That is so cool. Seriously.
I took a day to sketch it out, and I changed the character just to my little OC, just kind of like lounging, looking at the bird. And then
Oh my
all I
God.
have down is the layer of blue right now, and a little bit of the orange in the corner. But hopefully it turns out half as good as yours.
No one's ever done that before.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Well, it's tougher. It's tougher with painting for sure, because like when you're painting, it's hard to get that like overlay. You can't get.
yeah.
There's no transparency in painting.
Yeah.
No.
Well, like
Yeah.
So
there kind of is. Like I can put layers. So like put the layer of blue, and then I'm gonna put a layer of orange over the blue, which is gonna like it's gonna gray it out, and I'm also gonna put some white in there, hopefully brighten it up. That's why it's just like a deep blue. So it's gonna be a lot lighter, especially around the leaves and stuff. And then I'm going to try to imitate your outline style as well, with like the
Oh,
really bright
cool.
orange, really bright blue.
That's ace. Oh my god! Sorry, I'm more like ah.
this is like a reveal on the podcast when she gets to see that somebody else is painting her art.
Yeah, right.
No, seriously, that is like whoa, cool. Ah, wow. Dude, yeah.
See, this is why we suggest that you put stuff on DeviantArt, because you're so much more popular than you think. There's so many more people out there that would love to just take your art and turn it into something.
Goodness.
And you've got all
Like
this
a favorite.
potential, and you just need to release it.
I just feel like it's a part from like a Disney movie where it's like, take my hand, and then they just like fly off into the sunset on magic.
For example, wait, I'm just gonna. This is the most random shout out of all time, but I'm currently on your DeviantArt page, and the first comment I see, I guess, sums up everything, and
Huh?
it says in 5 separate sentences: art, good, likey, watchy, bye.
That was by Eat at Eric's, a DeviantArt member.
I think that summarizes everything of what we're trying to display to you here today.
Yes.
And I think it's already worked because you seem to be uploading things
as we speak.
As we speak. We've got more pieces of art coming in. This is an exclusive here,
It's
folks.
exclusive. This Fleetfoot piece is adorable.
You were right. You mentioned the Fleetfoot piece before, and that's great. That's a really great piece.
No, it's a surprise one. Yep, no, favorite.
I love how
Surprise.
the outlines
Surprise bunny.
like match her eyes.
Wait, her surprise uploaded? Because it keeps saying,
Yes.
"Oh my god, I'm not uploading this. I don't want to."
No, it's there.
No,
there.
it's there.
See it. It's there.
Another point
Yeah,
on
it's there.
on that piece you love, Pinky Dash, the surprise piece. I'm a rocket ship. That's fantastic.
Oh, yeah, that is a great piece.
One of the comments was when we were talking about style matching composition. We agreed that the overall chaotic style of the outlines you have them just kind of like scribbled and random and everywhere. It really fits the feeling because it's surprise. It's Pinkie Pie-ish.
It's
It's
really
supposed to
well
be
done.
crazy, you know?
I love
It's supposed to have that really chaotic feel.
Surprise
Yay.
is best pony.
I love surprise. She is cool. I want to draw Firefly,
She is.
but I haven't got around to it yet. Deviant Art, what are you doing? Stop it. This is why I don't visit you.
Yeah, for sure. If you get errors on DeviantArt, it's good. It's easy to just like shut your laptop down or throw your desktop, throw your monitor
Yeah,
out the
right.
window or something.
Well, another
I wish I
random
had
question for you.
both.
You did like was it an art trade? Let me read your description. It was a collab with Awesome-tastic.
Collab.
With the Awesome-tastic white lightning bolts.
Ah, yeah, White Lightning Bolt, yeah.
Yep. I have to ask, what was the basis behind that piece? Was it like just Star Wars? Was like there was a movie or something based behind it? Because it
I don't know,
reminds
he
me
drew
of
it.
it reminds me of League of Legends.
Everything reminds you of League of Legends.
I don't know. Like I said, he drew the picture, so.
So like the story of how she got her cutie mark is her superpower is controlling bubbles.
Oh, I think actually he based that off a fan fiction that I haven't read, so I have no idea. I just called it in. I don't know.
Because whenever I play League of Legends,
I
there's a
liked it,
character
though,
called
because-
Lee Sin,
yeah.
and he's blind, and he wears a blindfold, and he's like a karate master, and that's something he says when you like click around. He's like, "Find yourself," and he's blind. Derpy's blind.
That's cool.
Anyway,
Deviant Art is being
She's
a
not
bum.
blind. Her just eyes look different.
I'm not blindfolded.
Her eyes look different.
Ah, okay. You're gonna clarify.
Yeah.
There you go. All right.
Yeah.
Well, we're running up a little bit on time here, but I want to give an opportunity for all of us because this apparently is going to be the episode where I post every single picture you've ever done from my tabs currently in Google Chrome. So I wanted to bring up something that I brought up before the podcast that you apparently hate, but I love just from the pure expression of it, and also because it's Soren and Soren's awesome.
Oh no.
But yeah,
It's actually Wave Chill, who is Soren's apparently identical twin. So like he's in this one episode where he actually flies next to Soren, and everyone's like, "Oh my god, it's Soren!"
well,
but it's not.
regardless of who it is, it doesn't really matter. But the expression there is just it's so I don't know. It's so different from a lot of your other pieces because in a lot of your other pieces there isn't a huge like. It's not like the expressions are extreme. Or extremely different from the show, but this one is just so kind of stylized and different, and I don't know what it is about this piece, but I just love the facial expression there.
Thank you.
And I don't know what you dislike about this piece because it looks great.
Horrible. Look at it.
Well,
Ugh,
tell us what
no.
do you dislike?
Well, I was still learning to draw ponies. I guess it's one of my earlier ponies, and his legs are just no. Also, stallion noses. Stallion noses are just impossible. I hate them. No, stallion, no.
It's definitely a problem. We're all vector artists, and attempting to do anything stallion like is just like a nightmare.
Three quarter vision.
Yep.
Blah, 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 blah. What is it? What's it called? 3/4 view stallion.
3/4 shot.
Face.
You're right.
How did you do that? What is that? What?
What is going on?
Well, yeah, three-quarter shots on stallions are like one of the hardest things to do.
They are.
You almost have to like squish their noses.
Yes. Ugh, I don't think
And
the
the
show even
eyeballs,
knows how
and
to
yeah,
do it.
everything.
Off note, I would love to see you draw a scrunchy face.
Yes,
what?
do that.
Do it. I spent all of last night looking up scrunchy face, or was that 2 nights ago? I can't
There's
remember.
a
2 nights ago,
Tumblr
yeah.
for scrunchy.
I know.
What's
I
a
went through
scrunchy
it.
face pony?
All of it.
What is that?
Oh,
scrunchy
sorry, do
face
you not know
pony?
what scrunchy face is? You gotta
no.
know.
It's an adorable facial
Let us
expression.
enlighten you, because that's what our show was about.
Here, let me send you a picture of a scrunchy face. It's an expression that is used
that didn't-
in My Little Pony. That for some reason they just
There we go.
Yeah, there's a good example.
Scrunchy.
And it's just a weird expression that for some reason is just like super adorable. And it's called the scrunch face.
It comes up all the time in the show.
my
Yeah,
browser
it's
is-
like one of their
Scrunchy
standard
face.
expressions.
Wait, is it?
So
Wait. Page will not load. Why you don't load? Oh yeah, it's like the derpy face.
yeah.
Yeah.
So Derpy, I think Derpy was one of the first scrunch faces.
Yes.
And then I don't know what it is, but they've done it so often since, and it's the most adorable thing ever.
It is really cute.
So that's your homework for today.
All right. I do a scrunchy face.
Make a scrunch face pony.
You've already given her the task of uploading to DeviantArt.
Look, okay, she's gonna have to get used to doing work because she's going off somewhere where she's gonna have to do tons of work. So I'm just preparing her.
Aw.
I think that's fair. Did you guys, other guys on the podcast, did you guys have any other pieces that you wanted to bring up before we finish off here?
Yeah, the Applejack piece.
Oh no!
The It Will Rain.
No!
No.
Yes.
Too late. It's already mentioned. Look, it's already on the screen. It's already full zoomed. Look, it's spinning around and everything.
Spinning
Oh,
in
it's so excited.
circles.
It's jiggling back
In
and forth.
circles.
Dear future plasma, I'm so sorry.
Oh, okay. I was really.
This piece is
upset that day.
fantastic.
Oh, what?
Yeah,
She's
it's
so
adorable.
wonky.
She's so wonky. Look
Well,
at her.
that's a pseudo compliment.
She's so wonky.
It's just wonky in the description like 3 times.
Wonky.
Actually,
Wonky.
This would be
wonky.
perfect for
Wonk, wonk.
Purple Opportunity for Who's a Silly Pony song.
She's a wonky
Yes.
donkey.
I know you aren't really a fan of backgrounds, but I actually really like the way that you did the background in this piece.
Thank you.
Yeah, just all the different colors combined,
Like 7
and there's like
colors.
random splotches and all this rain and splashes and stuff like that, and it's all kind of like just kind of thrown up there, so it's not really detailed, but it makes it really awesome.
Oh, thank you.
May I also point out again, rainbow.
Rainbow.
There's a rainbow there. I can see it. You tried to hide it from me, but I can see it.
It
always
was never
see
meant
it.
to have a rainbow in it. It was just sometimes when I colour things in, I'm like, oh, I like this colour. Oh, I like this colour. Oh, I like this colour. And in the end, it's a rainbow.
I think you have a rainbow detector, RP.
I do have a rainbow detector.
I like rainbows.
I just thought of a horrible joke, and I'm not gonna say it.
Aw, come
Should
on.
say it anyway.
I need to hear it.
No.
You can just cut it out.
It'll go on a blooper reel.
No, because I have people that I have to keep an appearance to right now. We'll talk about it afterwards. Anyways, so do you guys have anything else? Because we do need to start wrapping up now.
Hold on, let me see if I can scrounge something up.
No, that was
No.
not the request.
Your art is amazing. Keep doing it.
Yes.
Thank you.
Your art is amazing, regardless of whether or not you think or not. And I think this is a great example, having you on the show, of teaching people that there are virtues to learning the technical side to art, especially if you're going to go into a career in it, because careers are a lot more rigid and require you to kind of learn those rules because it'll appeal to more of a wider audience in society. But when you're just doing art, and when you're experimenting, and when you're trying things out, and when you're doing it for your own enjoyment, those structures, I just don't see how you can have so much structure, because it's art. It's subjective. Everyone's different, and it's just all about the creativity. And I think it's a great thing having you on here to kind of demonstrate that, the stuff that you do might not fit the best technical terms, but that's all right, because that's what your art is, and it doesn't need to be perfect.
Oh.
That was so
And it tastes like raisins.
ramen.
Yay.
ramen
Just needs to be cute.
I love ramen raisins.
Yeah, that was literally so fantastic that I'm now jealous. I don't even
On
have
that
a better
dramatic
point.
note, I'm
going to thank you for coming on the podcast.
Wait, Rainbow Plasma, did you just out ramble Burned?
I think he did.
Whoa.
Someone make fan art of that.
No, see, the difference is Burn can ramble, but I can make up dramatic speeches. That's my thing.
This is true.
Anyways, thank you for coming on the podcast, Blitzpony. This was supposed to end on a dramatic note, and now it's ruined.
I'm gonna go cry to myself lonely in my cage.
Aww.
We don't even need to lock him. He just went in by himself.
It's comfy in here.
Thank you for coming on this mess of a podcast.
I'll bring you some cookie dough ice cream.
All right, go.
You can sit in the
Oh my
corner
god,
and
guys!
eat it.
I'm gonna come to each of your respective countries and hang you.
You're gonna hug us to death?
Okay.
You're gonna hug me?
I've attempted to thank our guests for coming on the podcast 5 times now.
You're gonna hug me?
Piggy Dash.
Huh? Yeah.
Quiet.
Blitzpony, thank you for coming on.
No,
We had a
thank you.
fantastic time with you.
Thank you so much.
And as you can see, as we demonstrated beforehand, it's quite the messy podcast, but I think it's quite fun, and I hope that you had fun coming on.
I love it. It was great. Thank you so much. I'm grinning like a maniac. It's insane.
Yeah. No, thank you for joining us.
No,
It was
thank you.
tough.
Yeah, this is
It's
great.
tough to track you down, but
I know.
No, there's 4 of
I'm
us.
so
we
sorry.
can thank you more. That's how it works.
No, I thank you more.
Hug, 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 hug.
Hug.
Plugs, correct?
All right, so
Plug.
I'm going to do the plug this week because I want to set a new standard. And I want to set a new standard for speed and efficiency with
quick.
plugs because we've been spending 8 minutes on the plugs. So, first of all,
Oh god.
we have a
Sorry.
Go.
First of all, we have a DeviantArt page. That's cutieartcrusaders.deviantart.com. That's where you can go and see all of the art that's been featured on the show today. Just head to our favorites folder, and you will find it there. We also have an email. You can go there and send us questions that you want answered on the show and art recommendations. That's cutieartcrusaders@gmail.com. Thanks for muting your mic, Piggy Dash. Moving along. So at that email, you can send us questions,
Sorry,
art,
what email was that again? I missed
or
that.
anything. Oh my god.
Blooper.
Did he just mark and just go swear something? Anyway, so our email address, cutieartcrusaders@gmail.com.
No! Shut up! So we also have a Twitter account. That's at Cutie Art Crusade. So go follow us there or hit us up on Facebook, which is Cutie Art Crusaders. So that's all of our plugs. It went by super fast with no distractions whatsoever. Actually, Blitzpony, now that we're here, do you want to plug a couple of things that you have? You have your DeviantArt account, but you also have a Facebook. Do you want to plug that?
No.
It's Facebook.
That's a no. That's a no. I just.
Well, we're going to plug it anyways,
Don't plug it.
so it's going to be on the screen for everyone to go check out. Oh, it's too late. It's too late. It's done.
It's too
But
late.
how are your fans supposed to follow your awesome art? I've liked you on Facebook.
Oh, I'm
I
such a pillock.
like you as I speak.
So yeah, both the
Being a
DeviantArt page
pillar.
for her and the Facebook page are going to be up on the screen right now. So you can go check her out there. That is everything for today.
No.
Almost everything. Almost everything. Almost
Burn,
everything.
you have something?
Also, another reminder, because we keep doing it, our fan art episode, cutoff date and all that kind of junk. I forget it.
Yep.
Oh, you want me to hit? Okay. We have a fan art episode coming up because some people started making us fan art, and that's ridiculous.
That's fan
So-
art of our show, like us.
It's crazy.
Well, I'll get to that. So on December 25th, which is Christmas, for those of you who celebrate it, you can send in some art by that date, and we will feature it on the show on our January 1st episode. So if you want to send in some fan art, then you can do so. I'd like to remind people that this is, unfortunately, fan art of us in particular. We want to limit it to that because that way we can show it all in one show. Because if we say fan art, like if we say art that's been done by our fans, then it's just going to be so many that we can't feature it all. We're looking into ways that we can get more of your guys' stuff on the show each week, but we'll figure it out as we come along. But
got
this
it.
specific one,
A
this
zip
January
file.
1st episode, let me
Oh,
finish.
show. Just put a zip
This
file
Jan-
on the show.
this Jan-
Press it on everything.
Oh my god!
Go on, finish.
No, I'm done. You guys are gonna end the show.
All right. Anyway.
Yeah, so send us fan art. That's awesome. Like, we've already gotten so much.
Yeah, because basically people made awesome fan art of us, and we were so taken aback we didn't even know what to do with it.
It's been on 2 Draw Friends already.
What?
That's crazy.
I thought it was only one. Wow.
Yeah.
Anyway, so that was absolutely fantastic, and we were taken aback from it. So we wanted to put it on the show, and we wanted some way to be able to put it on our show and officially thank them. So this is our way to doing that, and including everyone on it. And we've loved the response we've gotten from it. So in the future, we're definitely going to look at more ways we can interact with you guys, our fans, the watchers, and have more episodes based around you guys, whether that's making it more generic and just anything you guys drawn, which we probably won't be able to fit into an episode, or just awesome stuff of us. And I've been thinking about maybe giving you guys challenges and stuff, and then trying to work an episode around that, and maybe have like a theme that's based around stuff you guys make. So we're looking into it, but stay tuned. And anyway, since I think Rainbow Plasma exploded, that's about everything that we have. So thank you again for joining us. We are the Cutie Art Crusaders.
Thank you, Blitzpony.
Thank you again. We appreciate it.
No, thank you.
I'm Rainbow Plasma, and I'm Burned to 1.
I'm Flutterguy 317,
and I'm Mickey Dash.
What do I say? What
Say
do I say?
Say I'm Blitzpony.
Just say your name.
Blitzpony.
Yeah.
Yay.
And I'm Rainbow Plasma.
Hey, he's back.
Yeah.
Hey.
And next week, I will kill all of you.
And on that note, see you next week.
Thanks for watching.
Goodbye.
Bye.
Fantastic.
Hello, and welcome to the 4th spoiler cast for the Cutie Art Crusaders, following our show about art and ponies and stuff.
Do you not remember what we did yesterday?
No.
We interviewed Blitzpony.
That's right.
So we did.
Yes, we're recording this on the Saturday, as we always do, so that we can talk to you guys about the new episode.
Yay.
So
Wait, there was a new episode out?
Yes, there was a new episode out. I've recovered from blasting my brains out on the episode, and now can sufficiently talk about my brains getting blasted by this episode.
Yeah.
What a segue.
By the way, just so that everybody knows, what day is it today? Saturday, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday. It's Blitzpony's birthday in 3 days, so...
Yay, everyone
is
go.
Is it on the Tuesday?
So go wish her an happy birthday. What's that?
Is it on the Tuesday?
No. It's
in 3 days, from Tuesday.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. So 3 days from the Tuesday. Yeah, so everyone should go give best wishes to Blitzpony.
Yeah.
So
In 3 days.
we have me, Rainbow Plasma, and we have Flutterguy and Pinky Dash here for the spoilercast.
You don't know me.
Burned couldn't come, unfortunately. We showed a little piece during the podcast that he was doing where he was painting one of Blitzpony's pieces of art, and that's actually his final art study piece, so he really needs to focus on that, and he wanted to work on that because it's going to take a long time to do. So unfortunately he can't come, but it's really his loss this week.
He is doing pony stuff though, so that's it's okay.
Right, I guess that's acceptable, right? So let me just start off this episode of the spoiler cast by just kind of generally summarizing, and also for Burned, not only for us, but generalizing for Burned as well. Just general thoughts on the episode. So first of all, I just
Well, you gushed. You gushed so hard over that episode.
Just that noise. Okay, that's the noise that is going to describe this episode.
Yeah.
Oh my god! There you go.
It was so good.
I just sweetie belled a little bit. Everywhere.
Oh god.
So somebody else start because I will finish.
Okay. It was adorable. I know a lot of people are like, oh, they ruined it with the fan service and stuff like that, but they made a good episode,
What fan service? I didn't see too much.
Okay. Wait. Before we start, like, just give like a summary of what the episode was.
Oh, okay. So Scootaloo,
Sweetie Belle went on a camping trip with Rarity.
yes,
and nothing else happened.
End of story. Scootaloo learns how to fly.
No.
no. Scootaloo wants to be taken under Rainbow Dash's wing, and so she goes camping with everyone, CMC and their sisters and Rainbow Dash, and gets
Shenanigans occur.
terrified by Rainbow Dash's stories of the headless horse and the Odin pony?
Olden
Pony.
Which I thought, I swore was Granny Smith.
Old pony, Granny Smith, same thing. So yeah, then she gets scared, and then all of that junk happens, and it basically all adds up into, and this is a bold statement, but I've now watched the episode 3 times. This is my favorite episode out of all 3 seasons.
Yeah.
And it's a hard thing to talk about because it's like saying favorite pony. There's just there's so many good examples to choose from, and everyone has its own reason to do. But there's just, after watching it for 3 times, I think we can all agree that at no point in this episode is it bad.
Mm-hmm.
It follows one thing after another that's just great.
I love the reaction faces that Scootaloo, although
there was some good emotions, yeah.
Those eyes, when she's exhausted and trying to stay awake. Oh god, those terrify me.
Oh jeez, terrifying.
Yeah.
So let's leave Scootaloo and Rainbow Dash to the end and the interaction between those two, because I just want to touch quickly on something that I thought was really interesting. In the episode, I've mentioned many times on the podcast before, and many times to you guys before, that I wasn't a huge fan of. None of us were really huge fans of Rarity coming into season 3. It wasn't that she was a bad character. I still wanted to be on the show, but I just didn't. I was whatever.
Yeah.
And then we interviewed White Diamonds right around when the show started, 2 weeks before or something like that. And she's she's the epitome of Rarity. She's Rarity in human form. And I don't know what it was, but she just changed my opinion of it. And I figured out what it is that I like about Rarity now. It's that I was looking at Rarity before as a serious character. I was looking at her as someone who's supposed to be knowledgeable and quite wise. And while she is, when she's not the focus of something, when she doesn't have an episode where she's learning a lesson or she's the main character, she's comedy relief.
Yeah.
And I never thought of that before. And she plays fantastic comedy relief.
Uh-huh. I love.
But I guess I just never thought of that before. I never thought that she was comedy relief. And now that I can kind of see from that perspective, it's she plays great comedy relief.
Well, I know you love that transition where Sweetie Belle goes, Rarity loves to go camping, and then Rarity goes, I despise camping. And
yeah. That's comedy.
Yeah. It's pure brilliance.
Mm-hmm. So, anyways, long spiel coming to an end. I liked Rarity, and I liked the dynamic between Sweetie Belle and Rarity in this episode. And as much as I like to say all the characters are great characters, I thought that was a little extra that'll probably get overlooked by some of the other stuff in this episode.
It's taking the sisterhood social lessons into a new episode, which is good.
Mm-hmm. And it's sisters have flaws; they don't have to be perfect. And so Sweetie Belle accepts Rarity's flaws and just and she's also a little sister, want to impress bigger sister, which is adorable. And then Rarity also is just okay, she's my little sister, I'll go hang out with her, that kind of thing.
I also enjoyed the interaction between Rarity and Applejack in this, because starting way back with the sleepover episode, I always forget the name of the episode. But it's between that and
it's the sleepover episode. It's the official name.
Oh god, I don't remember.
Yeah, between that and
look before you sleep.
Yes,
thank you.
And Sisterhood Social, and now this. It's I don't know if it's necessarily character development or if it's just it. I don't know. Applejack seems to be tolerating Rarity a bit more, and vice versa.
I feel like I'm Applejack in this scenario. I was looking at Rarity before as such an annoyance. Why does you have to be so prim and proper? Why can't you just relax a little bit? But now it's just kind of well, that's who she is, and I can appreciate it, or I can spend the rest of my life
just being annoyed by it.
Yeah.
So does that mean your best background pony?
No, I'm best pony.
Wait, so
No,
AJ
that's-
is best pony?
no, no. But she's very high up on my list, which she does not get appreciated, and she plays a very good big sister role in a lot of episodes.
Yeah. She's also
So there was the rarity in the Sweetie Belle, and there were some other things that I wanted to talk about, but I don't really remember because the majority of this episode was spent the fact that it's a Scootaloo episode, which is amazing. Oh yeah, I did remember. So there's a new writer on this episode.
right.
So the writer is Corey Powell.
Me.
Do
Right.
you want to say something? Piggy Dash?
No, the writer is me.
No,
Corey's just my alias.
the writer is Corey Powell, Piggy Dash's alias, and it's a new writer, very first episode, and I have to say, good first impression.
Yeah.
You've now made one episode, and it's my favorite. So,
Mm-mm.
oh, I thought that was interesting.
I found it interesting that that Sweetie Belle sang, but they used like Claire Corlett, who's her actual voice actor, as like her singing voice actor for that song.
Yeah, I was expecting a real Sweetie Belle song, but no.
Yeah, like some sort of like sweet jazz mix of
Yeah.
99 bottles of beer on the wall.
But like when you think about it, how would that even sound? Like, I don't know.
I don't know. Admittedly, it was a little bit disappointing because it seems like this season they flipped. Like Scootaloo was singing during the Babseed song and she sounded fantastic.
Uh-huh.
And then it was kind of like they put Sweetie Belle here as kind of like, but maybe that's what she sounds like to everyone else. Maybe that hush now, quiet now thing.
Yeah.
No, but they even had an episode where she sang that. I don't know. It was cute and, you know, it made sense and anything that Sweetie Belle does is adorable. So I'll deal with it.
I'm going to allow this. All right, so let's get to Scootaloo and Rainbow Dash, because I know you're probably dying to talk about them.
Oh my god. Someone else go first.
They're adorable. No, I like I said before, I found Scootaloo to be like very relatable, and the expressions that she had were phenomenal.
Those expressions do a good job of kind of establishing the main character.
Mm-hmm.
And like she's obviously the main character. There's it's split up quite a bit actually between the 6 ponies, but or 7 I guess if you count Luna.
Also,
but-
yeah, Luna. Hello.
Right. Well, yeah. Okay, Luna.
Wait, Luna was in that episode?
Luna was in the episode. It was cool, but I mean, like Scootaloo Rainbow Dash, like please stand aside.
Luna, please.
Luna, please.
Uh,
Okay, I'll get into
There
it.
was a lot of cool scenery in this one too.
yes. At the very end there, that was cool.
The rainbows out of the clouds. That was pretty cool.
Mm-hmm. And the river. Oh, and there was that one sequence where Scootaloo was on her scooter in the woods. And you mentioned this before, Rainbow Plasma, before we started recording, that it kind of is like a 90s cartoon where it's just like a montage of different scenes and like...
Yeah, where she's like
Slapstick,
asleep on the scooter, and then
Slapstick,
she
very
almost
slapstick.
goes off the edge, and then
Yeah.
she's in this. It's
Yeah.
like a series of like stuff that would never happen, but like leads to her being
It's
safe
very
in the end.
slapstick,
Yeah.
Yeah.
as Photo Guy said.
Yep. She spins around the log.
As Homer says, there's always another girl. And then there wasn't another girl.
All right,
Brandon
so
Simpson's quote for anyone.
okay, let's start with Rainbow Dash by herself because, and this is the reason why Burned is going to hate missing this episode
Mhm.
because, like, this is perfect positive character.
Yes.
And that can go across all these characters. Every single character that was, given a main, quote unquote, main part in this episode was shown quite positively. Even if they were doing something negative, it was spun to be either cute or funny or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
But like Rainbow Dash was just like, there was no like complaining. There was no like super aggressiveness. There was none of the stuff that's kind of come up in previous episodes. Like she was came right in, and immediately she was like supportive, like, hey, nice moves. And then she was awesome with the entire setting up of the campfire. Just like came in and like did her stuff. She was supportive of Scootaloo throughout the entire thing.
Yep.
She was having a lot of fun with all the other people, telling ghost stories and stuff like that. It was just like all of it was just like great positive character, and it's, you know, regardless of character development, regardless of all these different things that make a good story, you know, I watched MLP to feel good, and like all these characters made me feel good, and like it didn't make me feel like, oh man, like the character's really acting like a jerk to teach a lesson here.
Yeah. I think she stayed in character very, very well. Like the writers who worked on this, the new writer, did a very good job of keeping her in character, because she was like very kind of not scared. She was, you know, telling the ghost stories and like, you know, fearless, strong, tough Rainbow Dash.
She wasn't humble,
right?
But she wasn't like aggressively, I'm the best.
Yep.
And while I don't mind that, like, it's just, you know, that's exactly the way that she should be doing it. She's just stating it as if it's a fact. This is the same way that everybody who enjoys Rainbow Dash as a character, such as myself or like Burned, who it's like our favorite character, it's just kind of like, that's a fact. You know, she's awesome. Like, it's not debatable. It's not an opinion. Like, it's just a fact. And when she states as that, it's not. I don't feel like that's bragging. It's just like a part of her character.
So you're saying she's cooler than the other characters?
Oh, absolutely.
By about
No.
20%?
You walked right into that.
No, I didn't. I was hoping that you would have the integrity to sidestep that.
It only took me about 10 seconds flat.
We're talking about Pinky Dash here. Come on.
Oh my god. Yeah. But anyways, fantastic, like just fantastic character thing for all of them. Even Rarity, like I said before, like Rarity was there, and like people could look at that as negative traits. Oh, she's being whiny, or she's saying all these different things. But every single time, it was spun to be comedic.
Mm-hmm.
Or she got Sweetie Belle was sweating on her. Oh my god, am I sweating? Oh well, it's worth it to be with you. It's so over the top. It's comedic. Like, why is this so heavy? She's not even pulling it.
Oh yeah, on that bit. She was like, why is it so heavy? But nobody's noticed the lack of Scootaloo.
Yeah.
It's like, hey, one of the 3 like little girls that we're here to look after is not here. Oh well, I'm just gonna go anyway. Like, what is with that? Like, worst babysitting ever.
Well, she's got Rainbow Dash as a babysitter. I mean, don't get me wrong. I think Rainbow Dash is cool and all, but she'd probably be an awful babysitter.
Yeah. Probably.
Okay.
I mean, she was like holding her up in the air with one hoof. So.
Okay, so let's get to the Rainbow Dash and Scootaloo interaction there. Oh, okay. One scene has now become the best scene I've ever seen in My Little Pony, and it's when Rainbow Dash takes Scootaloo in the wing, and then they snuggle. And I'm so girly at this point, but I don't care, because that's so cute.
You vectored that, and it's on the front page of DeviantArt. And
yeah, I vectored it. And it's like I had to do it because it's just so snuggly and so cute and so
I'm making a couple of cute ones at the moment too.
I feel like they could have spun the episode like Scootaloo's like, oh, I just wanted you to take me under your wing and whatever, and then Rainbow Dash is like, look, kid, like it's okay to be scared, and then like stop there. But no, they went the extra thing. They were like, yeah, okay, I'll take you under my wing, and it's like, oh my god, but it's like. The dreams I didn't know I had just came true.
You got dreams, and then they came true.
Was so speechless. I was like that picture of the CMC during Hearts and Who's Day when Cheerilee and Big Mac were about to kiss. They had that like wide like eyes and open mouths. It's like, oh,
come on.
Yeah. But no, there was no oh come on moment. That was the best part. It happened exactly. And like you were saying, like it's kind of fan servicey. I don't care because it's my fan service.
Exactly.
I don't actually think it is fan service.
Fan service because everybody's been requesting like Rainbow Dash and Scootaloo, like Rainbow Dash mentor Scootaloo. It's like one of the most common.
But you see, the thing is that isn't exactly fan service. That was canon from the start because we've got that the the Mayor-Duel episode where Scootaloo was running that fan club of Rainbow Dash, and Rainbow Dash is liking it, so it's not exactly fan service.
Yeah, but she wasn't. Rainbow Dash wasn't specifically mentoring Scootaloo.
No, I get what Pinky Dash is saying because, like, I mean, I'm not going to say that the writers and producers of the show had this in mind when they started out, but like, there's definitely a seed from the start that Scootaloo and Rainbow Dash were kind of connected. And from that came the fan, the fan.
I think the thing
story.
was it was one-sided from the show's point of view, though. It was one-sided like Scootaloo to Rainbow Dash, and I think the fan perspective was then Rainbow Dash completes that connection, and that's exactly what this episode just did.
Yep.
Ah! I keep making noises because it was so good.
Would you like a towel so you can mop up the dribble around your face?
I'm not drilling. I'm talking so much, so my mouth is dry. Thankfully. So, I mean, there's so much to talk about this episode, but we're gonna run out of time. So, it's so good, so good, so good.
I know.
I was not expecting it at all. I wasn't.
We've got a brand of milk here called So Good.
So good. I think we have that too.
You're gushing so much.
I've never gushed this much about an episode. I've never done it, and it's just I don't know what it is. Maybe it's my aversion, or not my aversion. What's the opposite of aversion? Affinity towards snuggling.
Yeah.
But it's just the way that they did the entire thing, and then they snuggled. It was this is the cherry on top of the cake. Nothing can beat this moment.
Yeah.
Hands up, season's done.
Just you wait. They're just getting started.
I know Discord's probably coming back in the season finale.
Hey, spoilers. Oh yeah,
no,
this is a spoiler cast.
No, that's speculation. That's not spoilers.
Yeah.
It's probably.
Yeah.
I know that's coming.
7 episodes and they're all going to be full of Pinkie Pie, so it's all good.
I imagine that this was the kind of feeling that Pinkie Dash had during the Too Many Pinkie Pies episode.
All the feels. So many feels.
So yeah, I actually wanted to wrap this up with a couple of statements here. And this is really relevant considering I've gushed so much about this episode and called it the best episode ever. But I just wanted to say this is not an episode review.
Yeah.
This is not something professional. We're not going to give. Well, I'm going to give it 10 out of 10. But we're not going to give it a score based on its story development and character development. We go a little bit into those points, but that's not what we're here to do. We're here to talk about our opinions on it. And it's just, I don't know. A lot of it's gushing. The season's been great so far. So if you're looking for a professional episode review, may I recommend a friend of the networks, Everfree network, Paleo. He does episode reviews, and there's a bunch of them out there. Everyone does them. So we just kind of want to do a reaction, so it's a little bit more personal.
Yeah. We're not. Yeah, we're not really doing this for anything. It's just someone I think suggested it or whatnot, and we went with it.
It's our favorites, not what is the best versus the worst.
Yeah.
Oh, and also, one last point before we wrap up. So last week, Burned made a boo-boo. made a major boo-boo.
That doesn't surprise me at all.
And during the live stream, he sent in the podcast without the spoiler cast. So all the people on the live stream didn't get to see last week's spoiler cast, which might be a good thing because I made a fool of myself. But
it's on YouTube now.
But it's on YouTube. Burned fixed it, and it's on YouTube now. So if you didn't see last week's spoiler cast, head over to youtube.com/everfreeradio and go look for last week's episode, which was episode 23, and we go over the Trixie episode. So if you missed that, then make sure to go check that out.
Yep.
And that's it. Do you guys have anything else about the episode? Any one little moment that you want to bring up that you think was awesome?
I wanted to see more Cutaloo, but there wasn't enough.
There was so much, but there is never
But
enough.
I wanted to see her curl up like a little kitty and sleep, but she didn't do that. She was all set up on the sleeping bag, ready to go to sleep like a kitty, and she didn't do that.
Yeah.
She had the tail curled around her, and she was all sleepy, but instead of curling up, she just flopped and fell asleep. I was sad.
Well,
to
there
be
you
fair, I don't think you would curl up and sleep. I think you would probably flop too if you were as tired as she was.
I curl up.
I curl up when I sleep.
Yeah. Internet high five. That wasn't real.
Wow, yeah. Okay. On that note, thank you guys for coming out to our spoiler cast and to our episode.
Best episode ever. Worst CAC episode ever.
Anyhow, I'm Flutter Guy 317.
Oh, am I next?
Yeah,
Shoot,
you're next.
This is out of order.
I know.
And I'm Pinkie Dash.
And I'm Burned.
And I'm the best episode ever. Wait, what?
And this has been the Cutie Art Crusaders. Bye.